Back on the Big Trail with Otis Kirk, our recruiting insider. And before we get to recruiting, our thoughts certainly go out to the India Lewis family. I know that's really hitting close to home with you, Otis.
Yes, it was. She was a very good kid. I went out to school and did a story on her at her press conference when she committed to Arkansas. Of course, followed her here at Arkansas. We're friends on Facebook and stuff. And just deep condolences to the family. I know it's unfair for, it seems like, for a 36-year-old person to die, but it happens in this day and age, and and I just really wish the family the best in some very, very tough times.
I have to definitely echo those sentiments. All right, as we transition to recruiting, some O-line recruiting stuff, not talking about the big nasties in the trenches, and Shiloh Christian's Logan Cowson this week. I know you got an opportunity to see him,
yeah,
but he's a big senior, and he has a preferred walk-on offer from the Hogs. Is that right?
Yeah, he does, and he's a kid that he played center and left guard and right guard the other day when I was up there, and he also played some defensive tackle. He plays both ways at Shiloh, but he's going to be an offensive lineman in college. He came to camp, and Coach Fry really liked him, and offered him that preferred walk-on spot. If you watch his huddle, go to the Prairie Grove game last year. When he's at defensive tackle, on the left side, he takes out the whole right side of Prairie Grove's line. I mean, he demolished the whole side and then demolishes the quarterback. And he's pretty. He's about 6'4", 295 pounds, and But you look at the offensive linemen that have come through Arkansas, like Dylan Hayes, Johnny Gibson. Everybody talks about Brandon Burlesworth, David Hurd. There's been a bunch of good walk-on linemen who came to Arkansas and then got a scholarship, and not only got a scholarship, they ended up starting.
Let's move now to Tim Anderson. This guy's a tackle. I know you really like this kid, and he has an offer.
Yeah, he does. He's from Saddleback College out in Mission Viejo, California. If you watch him, he's really light on his feet. He plays right tackle for them. But he's 6'5", 275, but you'll be surprised at 275 pounds how he can move people off the line on run blocking. He's not just an accomplished pass blocker. He is very good at run blocking. And like I said, he's so quick that he gets to the point of contact, and then he gets good leverage when he gets there, and he opens holes. You just wouldn't think a 275-pound lineman might not be able to do it. And I know people will be skeptical of junior college, but let me tell you, junior college has got some big linemen. I mean, I've gone to games where the entire offensive line had offers to go to Division I schools. So junior college football is not that bad. And Tim Anderson is going to be a very good player. Louisville, Arkansas, schools like that have offered him, and there'll be more offering too. He's coming in for the Alabama game for an official visit.
Really moves well. Speaking of that Alabama game, of course, the Mansfield Legacy trio will visit for that particular game. We've got Enoch Jackson, who has committed to the Hogs. Also, we're talking about Torian Carter and Jalen Catalan. I mean, this kid, Jalen, I mean, he is the real deal. You talk about getting a lot of pub right now.
Yeah, he is. He's 5'9", and they've got him ready to four-star despite, and a lot of services may have him knocked down a little bit because of his height, but let me tell you, he's a football player. That's what he is. You can forget the measurables on this kid. There's just guys like that. And he will come up and knock you into the middle of next week. He's that kind of safety. He's exactly what they need at safety. And then Torian Carter is another kid that everybody had penciled in for Texas. Now there's some debate. Is Texas slow playing him to get someone else? That's one of the angles that's being put out there. But I think if Arkansas were to get Carter, and he's going to announce on October the 24th, but if they were to get Carter, I think that really puts maybe the ball rolling for Jalen, because I mean, two of his teammates both coming here if Carter commits, and I think that would help them, definitely help them with Jalen.
I know we're talking a lot about the 2019 class for good reason. It really is filling up. But let's skip ahead to the class of 2020, because a guy in the headlines certainly a lot here in recent weeks. Morrilton QB Jacoby Chris, he holds an offer.
Yes, he does. He's got 11 offers, but he's got 4 to the SEC. Arkansas, Mississippi State, and Georgia are schools in the SEC. He's a true dual-threat quarterback. He's the type kid that can run, he can throw. He came to camp up here, really impressed, got offered a scholarship after that. He's Dre Greenlaw's stepbrother, and Dre has really helped him a lot along the way. I've asked him how much influence Dre had, and it's been a ton. He's helped him with the recruiting process, what to expect when you get to college, and all kinds of things. And Jacoby I think, the best quarterback in Arkansas in any classification. I'm talking about sophomore, junior, senior. I think he's the #1 quarterback in the state. But he's going to be a good college quarterback. I think he'll play in the SEC, whether it's Arkansas or one of the Mississippi schools. I think it'll be one of those three.
All right, give me a quick take on this kid. Hazen athlete Blaine Toll, he has a chance to be highly recruited.
Yes, he does, and he's got a bunch of offers. Oklahoma State, several schools, Memphis, several schools have offered him already. And the thing about Blaine is he plays quarterback at Hazen and defensive end, but, Drew, he can play tight end, defensive end, either one in college. And he has got the capability of being either. I don't think he'll be a quarterback in college, especially if he goes higher level, but I do think he can play defensive end or tight end at the next level. He's 6'5", 240 or so.
That's looking good. And let's talk more about that East Texas, because I know that's a recruiting priority yet again as you talk about this staff. Now, of course, several former Arkansas greats from that area, but they already have 5 offers out in the particular area there in East Texas.
Yeah, they've got 3 commitments in the 2019 class from there, and then got 5 offered in 2020. But you look at through the year, and you know they got a bunch of kids. You think of Ryan Mallett, Kobe Hamilton, Caleb Miller, Joe Johnson, Fred Talley, Randy Garner, Jason Peters. I mean, those are kids just off the top of my head from East Texas. And all of a sudden, they kind of just stopped recruiting in that area, or didn't make it the priority that they are. They hired Jeff Traylor to come in here this year, and he's got them back into there. You know, they've got Bo Limmer from Tyler, Lee. You've got, you know, the TQ Jackson from Jefferson, Texas. You know, and then you got Carl Williams from Lufkin, and Jalen Polk is a 2020 wide receiver from Lufkin that I think they've got an excellent chance of getting 2020 class.
It'll be fun to watch, Otis. Yeah. We appreciate it. Thanks much. Again, Otis Kirk, our recruiting insider, here on the Pig Trail. It will roll on after this.